Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
97.9 GRD rocks. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Sunny and pleasant today. 76 the high. It's about 60 downtown GR.
Cool.
We got a bunch of stuff to do here. One, we got to give away the massive Million Mondays giveaway. $50 worth of Hold'em Poker instant win tickets. You could win up to $300,000. Caller number 5 right now at 770-WGRD. You will win that, okay? Over $20 million in total cash prizes. For all the info, go to MichiganLottery.com. You got to be 18 or over to win. Michigan Lottery, a chance to put some play in your day. At the end of this segment, we will have 2 4-packs to the West Michigan Whitecaps. That's later. So if you're calling now, you're doing it for Massive Million Monday. The Whitecaps in a do-or-die situation tonight against the stupid Loons.
They'll do.
They will do.
They will do. Mm-hmm. Their back has been against the wall so many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're fighters.
They are.
They are. They are a scrappy bunch.
Speaking of a scrappy bunch of fighters, Central Michigan playing on the road in Stillwater, a very hostile environment. That stadium, the fans are right on top of the field. It's
really?
loud. It's in the middle of nowhere. All the car dealerships are owned by Barry Sanders. It's crazy. You drive when you come into town in Stillwater. I mean, it's a small town. It's probably not much bigger than Mount Pleasant.
Really?
As far as it goes. And there's one stretch where it's like 5 dealerships in a row, and it's like Barry Sanders Chevy, Barry Sanders Ford, Barry Sanders Cadillac.
He got him. He's got the market corner.
Yeah, if you buy a car, it's from somebody who pays Barry Sanders to put his name on it. So they go, and the game's close the whole time. You know, hanging around that. I think Oklahoma State was up 14-0, kind of rattled CMU's cage a little bit, but they were battling back. Took the lead late, and then Oklahoma State got the football back and scored, and they went up. And the game was just about over. They run a play where, they said they had practiced this. Coach Gundy, he's a man. He's 40. Now he's like 45. So the quarterback was going to drop back, run around for a second, and then throw the ball out of bounds because it's 4th down, and they don't want to give the football back to CMU.
Mm-hmm.
So he does it, and he just chucks a duck into the stands, and the game is over. But they throw the flag, intentional grounding. That's a loss of down and a penalty. And so the game should have ended.
It should have.
The officials made a huge mistake because normally the game would extend for an untimed down if the defense commits a penalty.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. So they gave CMU another play. This is the radio call from the beloved Chippewa Network. I believe it's Don Chiodo.
Chido.
Chido?
Don Chido.
He says Chido?
Yeah.
Well,
did you know?
No.
He is like my 3rd or 4th cousin.
He is?
Yep.
Get out of here.
Why
didn't you ever tell us Don Chido is
my dad and
related to you?
My dad and his mother are cousins. 1st or 2nd cousins. I can't remember which, but
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah,
I've never actually met him.
When all this is going
related.
on, were people sitting there going, "This isn't right. They should have stopped the game"?
No, it didn't seem like anyone knew.
Yeah, I didn't think
it was
so.
after the game where people went,
It was shortly thereafter where they always go to that referee, Mike Peralta, or whatever is. Pereira.
He was a guest of ours when we were guest hosting the Dan Patrick Show.
Yeah. And they always go to him, and he called it right away.
Yeah.
He goes,
tweeted,
I don't think this should have gone. I mean,
as soon as I was reading
here.
celebratory tweets from all the CMU alumni and the media and people and friends and everything else, like maybe a minute into like scrolling and being excited and retweeting and being snarky, I see his and I go, oh no, who cares? Still did it.
Yeah,
so this is the
I
call
waited to tweet until I knew it was official. I go, well, what if the officials say, oh wait, we were wrong? I go, I don't know if they can do that, but I gotta wait until I see. Nope, it's over.
Yeah. Now, the officials, they've been suspended for 2 games. The replay crew is from the Big 12. They've been suspended.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
This cost
it's huge.
Oklahoma State a game, which in theory, the way the schedule plays out, it's not inconceivable to think they could go undefeated the rest of the way. And if that happened, they would have, if they were undefeated for the season, they would have gone probably to the 14 playoff. Now, they could end up losing 5 more games.
If they ended up running the table and they beat some really big schools that are good, chances are, since it's so early in the season, they'd probably still get there. But
right. Yeah, and the committee would probably look at this and go, well, technically they did win.
Right.
The bigger problem would be that they kind of got outplayed by CMU a good portion of the game. Anyway, here's the audio.
Central Michigan ball at the 49. Chippewas down 3, 27-24, untimed down, looking to tie or take the lead. Cooper Rush back to throw it for CMU. Steps up in the box.
Nitpicky, but they're not going to tie, and they're not going to surprise you with a kick.
That's hearkening back to the good old days of ties.
Yeah, right.
When we were there.
Yeah.
What was that, 92 or 93?
There was one year, where it was like 4 wins, 4 ties, 1 loss.
Yeah, they had a number of ties.
Deep towards the end zone, and it's caught. A lateral back. Chippewa still on the move. 5. Corey Willis looking for the end zone for CMU, and he's in the end zone.
That was, I heard that yesterday. That was a close one because that was
almost said you got to be bleeping me
because that was the call. That was the call that they played on ESPN radio or something later in the day. I was listening and I go, "Oh my God, that guy came so close to saying the S word."
So close.
That would have been great. It would have been worth it.
He was so flabbergasted.
By the way, on that call, you could tell they were like, "All right, here we go." This is because it was a heartbreaking defeat that was about to be handed to them because they really had made almost all the plays until the final 3 minutes, and then things went south. And so even when the guy caught the ball short of the goal line, it appeared he was going to be smothered immediately, which he was, but Kroll smartly just shoveled the ball back to the other guy who from Holland who scampered into the end zone.
Over CMU! Ball caught. The pitch to Corey Willis. He's into the end zone.
And that's the end of the clip.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
He's in a shotgun. 3 players lined up essentially by the goal line.
From Fox Sports 1.
Rush stepping up, throwing to Kroll, catches the lateral. Here comes Willis. Willis racing to the end zone. Touchdown!
Amazing.
That's right.
What's this?
Nothing.
It's the only time you'll hear this year.
Disagree. You guys should stand out of respect.
Yeah, you really should. How you like that, Western? You and your row the boat. CMU beat Oklahoma State.
You and your also undefeated record.
Yeah, but did they beat, the 22nd ranked team in the country?
Well, at the time, they beat Northwestern, which looked pretty good until Northwestern lost to Illinois State the next weekend.
Ooh.
Look, Northwestern has had maybe one good team in my whole life, my lifetime.
That's probably not true.
2.
A little better than that.
I'll give them 2.
But they
perennially, though, I mean, come on. They're basically like an Ivy League school in the Big Ten.
That was a great win for Western at Northwestern, but
not as good as Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State. I mean, that's you know how important football is to those people.
Yeah, they got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Northwestern. All they would care about is law degrees, maybe a few fine arts degrees.
That was exciting. Mm-hmm. Whitecaps in do or die situation, as we've already determined, it will be do. It won't be die.
No, they'll win.
They got to win tonight if they want to have a decisive Game 3 at Fifth Third Ballpark. We have 2 4-packs of tickets for you right now. Callers 6 and 7. You'll get tickets for tonight's game. First pitch at 6:35. You'll be on the list when you go out to the ballpark. Tickets will be left for you.
Win twice.
Will call.
And you get to bring 7 of your buddies.
Can't win twice.
Okay.
You can only win once. 2 different people. Callers, what did I say, 5 and 6? Callers 5 and 6. 770-WGRD or 1-800-947-3979.
Where the Midwest League really wants their games to be over with.
They do.
Their schedule is insane, the way that they operate, because, the Whitecaps finished up their series, and then they had to wait to find out who was going to win between the Loons and Bowling Green. And so they just waited around. They just stuck around wherever the hell they were playing, South Bend, and then they go, oh, all right, well, we'll drive here. And because they go, well, there's no point in driving home because maybe we'll be going to Bowling Green. And they played literally the next day.
Right.
The Loons didn't finish their game until, I think they said midnight or something like that the night before. Drove home, got home at 7 a.m., and then played a game last night. I go,
wow.
That's insane. Like, give these guys a day off. Why don't you?
Every extra day, though, is another bunch of hotel rooms and everything else. You got to pay food.
Yeah.
Trying to keep costs low.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to say, yeah, let them hang out for a day.
Well, they could drive home. I mean, you wouldn't have to have the visiting team in to get a hotel room for a whole day. I mean,
true.
If you gave them Saturday off or Sunday, like yesterday, if you gave them yesterday off, the Whitecaps would have just come here.
Yeah.
Would have stayed at home. And Loons could have stayed where they're at. So there's no hotels involved.
Right.
Why are you killing these kids?
I know it.
Because they're expendable.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Go see the expendable players tonight. That's what we're saying.
Did you not want to know about the Grand?
I want to know all about the Grand.
I do. I totally forgot.
Yeah, but I think it's better with a little bit of a music
Well,
bed.
I want answers. I can tell you that this was fantastic.
Okay.
That on Saturday, Founders threw a party in Anabawan Park, and they also had a dinner on that pedestrian bridge. It was called Tribute on the Grand.
Love it.
It was to raise money for the Rapids, to restore the Rapids. What I didn't find out, and what no one seems to know, is when this starts.
I thought it was all done.
It's not.
I thought this fall there was going to be.
I thought they already signed a treaty or whatever they have to do in
shouldn't
order
there
to
be
make this
dump
happen.
trucks pouring rocks into the river right now?
Yes. Yes, there should be.
Well, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a done deal.
Nope. They're still looking for money, and there is no timeline.
So it's been approved. There's just no way to pay for it, or it hasn't even been approved yet.
They applied for a grant, right?
No, I believe they did apply for a grant,
and
I think they have money from the grant.
Okay,
but I
start dumping.
It's not finished.
Do what
they
people
need more
do with,
money.
Do what people do with projects. You start them and then find a way to finish them.
Yeah,
that's how government works.
Yeah,
that's what I've done when I finish projects.
Right,
like my climbing wall over the pool.
Yeah, oh, that'll be fine.
I'm going to start that and finish it.
Yeah.
Somehow. Pray someone does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a spectacular time. I think they should do more things like that. Well, they're starting to do more things like that with movies
Absolutely.
in the park.
Yeah.
And by the way, if the Rapids get restored to the Grand, the development along the river will be even more dramatic, and there'll be even more things downtown.
Yes, it will.
Founders knows that. That's why they did this event, I bet.
There should be more.
Probably.
Let me speak for them.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what they know.
Well, we've been here long enough. We know Founders.
Yeah. Well, that sounds it sounds sweet anyway.
It was really cool. Eating dinner right there on the bridge over the river.
That is cool.
The sunset. Music played in Anabawan Park.
Saw the post you were throwing up on Twitter.
A
It looked
couple
great.
of nice photos.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But again, still no Rapids.
Yeah.
Still no money for it. Still no timeline.
And while we're doing that, let's just redo everything and let's straighten out 131 and have it go straight through the town.
Oh,
Get rid of
my
the
Yeah,
escalator.
or just go around the town. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's
every
not that
time this
big of a
comes
town.
up, I want to say, who was the jerk that designed that mess?
The same person who took the Rapids out of the river.
Yeah. Thanks
Hey,
for nothing.
Rather than, instead of just going around the west side or something where there's not as much development, let's just snake it through the entire downtown area and make it bottleneck every single stupid day.
Yeah, why did they do that? When I first moved here 11 years ago, before they decided to make the west side the nice part of town, it was nothing but a trash heap.
There wasn't-
It still
there-
is 90%
There wasn't
garbage
much
houses.
There wasn't much there.
You could have offered those people anything and just
You could have
bulldozed their houses.
You could have kept it on the other side farther.
Yeah.
And then crossed it over somewhere else.
Easily. Yeah, it doesn't need to cross over.
Easily.
I mean, yeah, like intersect with 196, you mean? Or just make it straight. Yeah. You could have done that.
Yeah, I mean, bring it over
Too
just
late
farther
now.
down, closer to Hall or something like that.
Aren't you surprised they don't ask us for more civic planning ideas?
Well, they
I am,
should.
yeah.
That's a nightmare, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
The on-ramp from Pearl to 131 North, i.e. also to go to eastbound 196.
Yeah.
I can't believe there isn't a death there every day.
Right.
By the way,
It's the worst.
what are they going to do now that it doesn't seem like our expressways can handle the traffic that's already in this town? Like, it's only getting bigger. The city's growing.
Right.
Yeah.
If you live in Michigan, you want to move here.
Yeah,
For the most part.
Yeah.
for sure.
And if you live here, maybe you want to go to Traverse City. Like,
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
But even then, it's mostly just a summer place up there because, too damn snowy and cold.
Oh, I can see disasters coming.
Oh.
It's going to be nothing
It
but
is.
traffic jams
It
all day,
is.
every day.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Choose your,
how can
choose
it
your
not be?
housing
I don't know.
carefully.
It's already
a disaster.
It is.
It's not a disaster.
If you go
It
out any
is.
time other than when we get to work and when we leave,
Yeah, don't travel
it's
between
hell.
4:30 and 6.
You're spoiled.
In the time of